Okay, cool. So I wanted to show you a bit, Dave, how we add events to the new fact event table, which is a new version of the GitLab.com usage data events. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen. I guess we are releasing this page, which has some tutorials on how to do it, but I want to just follow the different steps of this tutorial together so that we are on the same page and we can just have it also embedded in this page so that everyone can just go back to this video anytime they want. So I created this MR. So this MR means to add packages and successful CI pipelines event to prep event. I did that because those two events are slightly different. One has one is a subset of a table, successful CI pipeline, where you just filter out by state or by failure reason. So you assess if a pipeline is successful depending on if the failure reason column is null or not. Is that correct? Yeah. And packages has the data coming from the full packages underscore packages table. So you just need to use this table to do it. All right. So let's start from. So I'm gonna go on the branch. I've built the prep package table already, and I'm gonna go to prep events. Cool. And I'm gonna have a big screen. Cool. So the first step is always adding the table that you want to query the data from in the code. So when you look at the model looks like this. So there are just first some variables. There's like a JSON that's called event CTs, where just the event names are defined. And then here there's a macro called simple CT where you start pulling the data from. Okay? So here, the first thing we want to do is that let's start with package. So package, the data is in a table called prep package. And we take all the data that is in there. All right? So what we do first is that we have to, yeah.
Right. Is that naming convention consistent for all the stages? So it'd be prep.
No, it's just package is an event. It's a table itself. So here it's called CI build, CI pipeline, deployment, and so forth. So you just see the tables that are in Postgres.
Sounds good.
So the first step is adding prep package. So here, the tuple it's always a tuple that you add. So the first is the alias, the second is the table that you query. So here, for example, that's the prep package table I query, but here I could call it only pack, for example, whatever. But I tend to always use the same if the names are not too long. So it's right. It's much easier to read. So with this here, you added the table to the query. Okay? So then, once you have done that, so now here we've completed add the CT that will contain the data. we did the first step. So then you have the data, and then what you want to do is you want to define the event that you're going to track. So you copy that. Rather easy. What I tried to do here is that since it's events, I try to always use an action at the end. So it's the object you touch and then the action. So it's pretty bad because most of the time it's creation, where it could be something else, but I wanted to do it like the fastest way. Here, what do you add? What is the source city name here?
It'd be a prep package here.
Yeah, so that's the table, that's the city you added in simple city. And then what you have to do, you have to look at the table. So I just added prep package. So that's the table. And here, is there a user ID? There should be a user ID. Yeah, I just forgot it. So let's add it now because it's important to have it. Okay, cool. Sorry. Up. So here, what will be the user column name?
Creator ID.
This will stay the same. And here,
Same.
yeah. This is a bad name, so I'm going to change it. And here will be
The package ID. Gotcha.
exactly. So here you just added your event actually, rather easy.
Nice.
So let's rerun. So here I run prep package plus, but I could just run prep event. So add a new JSON in the event city dictionary, event city list, in all the keys. Cool, that's for package. Rather easy. Do you have any question?
No, that's straightforward. Thanks for that.
Okay, let's do successful pipelines then. So first we need to get the data. What will you add to the simple city?
For so it'd be is that in the CI builds? Oh, CI pipelines.
Yeah, it's a prep CI pipeline. So you actually it's already there because there's a pipeline creation. But then yeah.
Well, so when we were doing this a couple months ago, there was like an issue with linking to the same table twice, right? I thought there's some merging problems that we had.
I think it was with the old version maybe. I don't remember exactly. But with the new version normally you should just show it, just declare it once and that's it.
That's it. Okay.
And then, but do you want the whole table as a successful CI pipeline here?
Yes.
all this. So, what's the difference between the CI pipeline creation and the successful CI pipeline?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So you'd have to put in a. You'd have to. We'd only want the ones where the failure reason is null.
Yeah. So what you do is that you add a CT. So we're gonna add a CT that we're gonna call successful CI pipelines as. The job didn't run because I was not in the right folder, but I do it again. So you have to be in transform snowflake dbt, which is a dbt folder project. So tell me what I do here.
So that'd be select all from CI pipelines.
Yeah, which is called here.
It's prep CI pipelines.
Yeah.
Yep. Is it pipeline or pipelines?
Pipeline. Everything is singular actually
Okay.
in the new version.
Where failure reason is null.
Cool. So now in this CT, you have all your data. I save. And then what do you do here?
Then you would the new one. So event name would be successful CI pipeline.
I don't know. I'm gonna put creation. In the future, we can put better wording.
Name would be successful.
Yeah. So exactly the one that you just created. And then for these ones,
would be is that off of that'd be a dim user ID, right?
let's check. Yeah, seems to be.
Okay, dim user ID. Cool.
This one.
A dim namespace ID.
It's
sorry.
yeah.
It's ultimate parent namespace ID. Yeah, same for project, and then it would be, let's see, so primary key, that would be the dim CI pipeline ID.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So now you just added your two events. So now you just have to run prep event again. And so I'm just hoping that I would like this to work. To show you that now in the prep event table you'll have your two new events. So then what I'm gonna do is that I have my three changes. So this one is just like an indentation. I'm gonna push them, add package and successful CI pipeline. I push, and then it's gonna be in the MR, and you have to test the MR. So to test the MR, since we are working with like data that are like super big, the best is either to use the Excel, but what I prefer now is cloning prod real. So you're gonna get production data
Got it.
in your CI. So we're gonna clone the database and add all the production data in the new database that you're gonna use pinned up in the MR. So when you have an MR, you remember you have an environment where Snowflake is where with dbt setup, and it creates a specific database in Snowflake. And then you have the right, and like all the models that you're gonna query with dbt are gonna be run against this database.
Right. Okay.
So this is gonna take some time, and then what you have to do is run all the models that you changed. So here you change prep package and prep event. So you're gonna run the two of them by just doing. Let's take the L, which is the best. dbt models prep package plus prep events plus. So this, if I do it now, since we don't have data yet, we are in the process of cloning the data, so it's gonna fail. Once the data is cloned and all the tables populated and created, we can just run this.
Cool. And there's a space between the plus and the next.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The plus means that you write everything. You just run this model and all the models that depend on this model.
Got it. Got it.
I don't know why it's failing. It's prep user. Sorry. I would like just to show you that we have these two events added. Imagine better tutorial, but that's it.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for the walkthrough here. I think this all makes sense.
So I try not to go into the weeds of exactly what it does. So I think if you follow very simple step, it's quite okay to be able to you can do it on your own, and it's just a matter of just understanding what you want, getting the columns you want, and just that's it.
Sounds good. Great. Yeah, no, I don't have any questions right now. This is, as you said, it's usually like the high level overview. So
I would like so I hope it won't take so long, so we can just look at the data together. So it takes like 3 minutes to run. It's a lot of time. So we can talk about maybe the Olympic final of basketball if you want, and just get you back.
It sounds good. Yeah,
I mean, it's a revenge, huh?
yeah. Oh.